All right, welcome back, everybody. Clash Cash Clean. I'm never gonna get this right. I'm gonna be all the way through this series. I'm still gonna mess this up. Cash Cleaner Simulator, and I have been very, very busy. Figured out a couple things. One really annoys me. I got so much U.S. cash done that I had bricks sitting up here, and I put an extra one on top, and it became a pile. Made me mad. We also have a little bit of euro done, a bit of yen done, but a whole lot of those also. The amount of frickin' marked ones from those bags that we cut open last time. Holy crap. I've got enough to make an entire brick, not counting what I had already brought over here, which you may or may not notice has grown extensively. I just stopped putting them here, or stopped walking them over here because I was getting so many of them. And I'm seriously thinking that what we're going to do, this is a 20s right here. Since we have to fill this thing, will it take marked bills and count it? Yes, it does. It does not care what it is. So we're going to use all this counterfeit stuff, which we got tons of. We need to also see if we can use the yens and the euros and how that works. It does say dollars, so don't know, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, there were tons. I brought that out from the pile we had in here, which is migrated to the middle of the floor. I got so much more that needs to be done in here. I'm assuming, yeah, these boxes have stuff in them that needs to be done as well. But we should be able to do a few of our missions and get ahead a little bit. So let's deal with this pile that was unfortunately made here. Oh, and while we're working on this, I hate Junior's idea of throwing in banded things because I got so much in this thing that it filled a pallet just from the 3 washing machines because of having bands in it. Also, this is done, and I did talk to Junior about this. He said this is what the lever's for. Um, that's gonna pick it up. How do we actually use it? F to grab. That doesn't grab the lever though. How do you grab the? Hmm. Interact is this, but that's gonna pick up the whole thing. Does the door have to be shut? There we go. Got it. So it literally just dumps it onto the floor. And he showed me a weird trick. If you hold it out in front of you like this, you can literally pick up a whole pile of it all at one time like that. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not because they don't teach you that, but Junior figured out and he taught it to me. So we'll be able to see what that stuff looks like when it gets done. Um, I got this case from one of the jobs that we accepted. I haven't opened it yet. I have no idea what is even in it. We'll have to look in a bit. I still have this one and this one that I got to go through, and this pile over here. Most of them are very mixed up, so I'm having to send it through like every different one. But let's see what we can do here to get 150 grand. And I'm trying to do this specifically with 50s for a reason. There is an achievement that I've seen that I want to try to get, and it looks like I'm not going to be able to do it naturally for this part without going and getting more 50s taken care of. So that stinks. It's basically to make a full brick, and 30 of these would have made 150, which is what we need. But unfortunately, we're just a little bit shy of being able to get all of. Oh, wait a minute. No, no, no. Hold on. Uh, 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 uh. Oh, we only need a couple more. There's a 50 right there. Come on, tell me there's. Is that literally one more 50 I need? Hold on. 20s, 10s. Come on, there's hundreds right here. You gonna tell me there's not 150 stack in that? Oh, there's one right there. Got it. Completely missed that. All right, so this should be. Set it down. Do the scanny thing. And yeah, it's only going to look at one because we didn't do it. But if I stop standing up, oh, I forgot you can't pick it up like that. If we do this, make it back into a brick, and then do the plastic, that gets me Blockbuster. And now, if we do the scanny thing, that is 150,000. So now we just need an XL box. And apparently we need 100 gold as well. I don't know how much gold we can get in an XXL box. But let's go see if we can actually fit 100 in here with the cash. So I don't remember how much we had here. So I should have mathed that. Let me math this. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and it's still 6 by 3. That's 18. So it's going to be 18 times 3 is 54 plus 1. So we have 55 there. So we need 46 more. And we clearly have that on this pallet. Let's grab this pallet and move it over here, which is more money we need to deal with. And let's go ahead and grab this one, which I'm going to use this pallet to separate out my bases and things. Let's pick all this back up real quick. Hey, there was a 50 right there that I did not see. And yes, this was originally going to be for the counterfeits, but we're using a pallet for counterfeits and not wrapping them anymore. So we don't need them for that. So I'm using them for this. Because I still haven't bothered to turn around the tables. Which I really need to turn them around so we can get to the back of them. Alright, so that takes care of that. Now I should be able to get my little trolley doodad through here. Gotta be careful I don't hit the things because that's really annoying. Alright, now we can grab this, sit it on the trolley thing, and now we can just drag it right on out here without having to beat ourselves up. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minus 2. So 8 times 18 is 144. So way too much. What we technically need, if we need 100, would be 100 divided by 18. That's 5.5 stacks, roughly. So let's just throw some of these on here. Now we're at 4, almost 4. Let's grab this one. And this should get us just about to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 5. Alright. And we need roughly 5.5 stacks of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now 5 times 18 is 90. We need 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that sucks. I could have just thrown that on. It would have been perfect. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 10. 3 rows of 3 plus 1. Alright. Let's see if it'll go in there with the money. It looks like it most definitely will. Unless it fills up this box real fast. I think we should be good. Yep, we're good. Alright, so all of that's done. We'll just pull this off the cart for a moment. Sit it to the side. And yes, I'm literally using this to go a few steps, but this thing is heavy and I walk really slow with it, so there we go. That should take care of it. And yes, I'm going to be a dork. Single delivery, no marked money, no fake money, perfect pack, perfect blocks. All right. Only $7.40 for that, sadly. All right. Now we can take this back in there and drop it back off. I am not putting it in that corner. I'm just going to take it in here, and hopefully we're not going to need it for a while. All right, so we do have a new one that just came in, but before we do that, we need a medium box, and we need 130. 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 and 12, 13. So that right there, really? That right there should be 130,000 euros in a medium box. Good to go. And that took us down to 6, 8, 10, 14, 16, 18. Yeah. About 32,000-ish. That got us way more. All right, so now the only quest we have left is the optional one to either find the corrugated pipe or take the mortar shell. We do have a new one here, which is 23,000 euros, clean and dry, any amount, no marked, in a small box. That is almost exactly what we have in euros, but we're a little shy. I think we have 22. But let's see what his message is here. Hey, buddy, heard you've been busy dodging danger. Was there really an explosion in the warehouse? Sure was. I just hope that's the end of it, but I doubt I'll be that lucky. Ah, but don't you see you survived? Fate has a soft spot for you. A good thing, too, because I'm in need of a blessing. Blessing? I don't know if I'm qualified for that. I need to offload this cash. It has had bad vibes, but history right down to the ink. I don't want anything to do with it. Bad history right down to the ink. So you want me to clean it? No, this cash is spoiled. An exchange is the only option. Yeah, I'm guessing you need me to handle the exchange. Bingo. Out with the old, in with the luck. All right. So his thing. Oh, we actually do have some. They just didn't get shown. All right. So we need 4 million yen. Let's see if we actually have 4 of these. That should be 1 million right there. That's a million. That's 2 million. This should be a million. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be 4 million right there. And they don't have a picky box, so let's give them a gift. Check and see if my math is correct. Yep, that's 4 million yen in a box in any bills. All right, so there you go. That takes care of that one. And I really need to sort out my yens a bit so I can actually see what I have. But right now, we're just going to stack them up. That gets us another 800. Trail of the Nose. 5 grand in a backpack in 20s. We can easily do that. Except that does mean, because this is 2,000. Hello. Thank you. That's 4,000. That's 6,000. So we actually need to do something I accidentally learned the other day. Which is cut this open. We're going to put it up here. We're going to set it to 20s. And we're going to hit this button, which is going to tell it we want 50 instead of 100, which will be half a stack. So that should give us $1,000, which it does. So now we can go ahead and wrap that up. And this will be 5,000. And then he wants it in a backpack, which we have plenty of backpacks here. Go ahead and scan it real quick. 5,000 in backpack in 20s. I accidentally figured out this button because I meant to hit the pack and hit that. Didn't even realize it was a button. All right, 740 for that one. And what else do we got here? Loadout, you need 85 grand in euros. I don't know if we have 85 grand. Let's go ahead and look at what he gave us here, which it looks like it is just dirty American money. So to the washer it goes. And yes, we're going to make a huge mess because that's a bunch of strapped up stuff. And while we're up here, let's go ahead and grab all of this and hope it will go on here. Which, hey, it did. That one's about ready to get sent down and... Oh, really? One bill? I believe we have some dirty ones in here that... yeah, these right here. We'll just leave that there. It'll be fine. Nobody will notice. All right, we're getting some new ones in here. So, Ginger, 50 grand, sports bag. Easy for us to do right now. 260. Yeah, we should be able to do that easy enough with what we have. And then we have one that's locked because it's 23. And we are definitely not at 23 reputation yet. This is going to take forever. Now, can we do that same... Yeah, I didn't think so. But this is where using that big one comes in handy if I wanted to use my coins. Because we can set it to not use detergent. Because I could just have all of this thrown out on the ground. And then I could just pick it all up and shove it in here. The reason why Junior asked about that, or showed me that little trick thing of his, is because I said I wanted a shovel to be able to shovel this money into there. Alright, so we got that done. That gives us another bag if we need it, because I don't think he needed it. Back in that is American currency and some coins. That'll be easy enough to sort out later. That is more dirty. Looks like only American currency. So we'll wash that later. This one looks like, Yeah, just American cash with some coins in it. That one doesn't even need to be washed, so we'll put that with those. And now let's... Ah, that's what's in the case. Okay, well, we're gonna... That case is heavy. We're gonna sit that right there because we're still thinking about exactly what we want to do with that whole thing, and we're not quite to the whole um filling the pig yet. So could you please, thank you, don't need to be washing you. And I'm assuming you ain't gonna let me shove that in there. So that one will go in that one. Okay, hold on. If we gotta do this, let's do it like this. Alright, and I know that's not gonna fit on that pallet, because that's a whole lot of money. Also, that's ink stain. We gotta wash that again. I should have checked it. So in there goes, and we need detergent, and it's already got its 5 cents, so wash away. This is not ink stained. Good. So now we can just shove all this into here. That one's going to take forever to empty because it's got all of those that were already wrapped. I only do the whole throwing the wrapper thing in if they're filthy and they have to be washed. I'm not washing and drying them just to take off bands. I'll cut those, but if they're filthy and need to be washed anyways, I just throw them in here. Crap. Again with the did not feed. I really need to start looking down here on the floor after I shove things in the washer. Sometimes they don't like to go in. And I'm not going to shove all that in here again with that, so we'll just let that go and we'll deal with that later. Now, we want to set our thing as the 50 grand in a sports bag. Why are you here? Get in there. So, sports bag. It doesn't have to be clean, which is good because this one ain't. So, 50 grand. We can literally just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 50 grand in a sports bag. Good to go. Still can't believe that explosion knocked that over. Alright, that gets us to another 1,000, 1,100. Nice. And we got 2 more that came in. That's 135 euros. We'll make it happen eventually. 55 euros. We'll make that happen eventually. What else did we have for 25? I don't think we have enough of that currently. 23, we're 1 short, I think. 250. Container is clean. 260. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of sorting here because this one's going to be a large amount. So let's separate these. I really hate when it does that. All right, so 2, 2, 2. Give me all the 20s. Now we got 10s. I know we have a ton of hundreds. I don't think we have enough to probably do this whole thing, but I know we have a lot of. All right. Yeah, we didn't quite leave enough room up there. Yeah, see, look at all these hundreds we got down here. Almost completely out of 50. Okay, let's get this all stacked up. Okay, so that's 2,000 per bundle, and there's 30 bundles, so that's 60 grand right there. So we've got 66 in just that. That would make it 70. That is a whole thing of hundreds, which is 100,000. So that's 300,000 right there. So we definitely have enough to get this done. Though we may have to use most of our hundreds to do it. And this doesn't say what he wants it in, so denomination doesn't matter. So let's see. We said that was 60. That's 70. I don't know where that went. Okay, so that's 3 more. That's 6,000. 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 60, 70, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's going to make 90. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That makes 100 grand right there. Now, the big question is going to be, with trying to do this, where did I put all the... He wants a case. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit all of this into a case doing it this way. So let's see first if this is going to even work. Yeah, that's filling up awful quick. We might literally have to do this in hundreds just to get it to... Yeah. We're gonna have to do this in hundreds just to get it to fit in the case. Alright, so we know this is good. I'll sort it back out later. Let's grab a fresh case. Stop moving that. So we need 26 of these. 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be 260 grand in a case. Yes, it is. Send it along. Holy crap, that one paid really good. I'll sort that out later. And apparently we have another one in here, which is yen. We have a bunch, but I don't know if we have that much currently. What else do we got? Euro, 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 and yen. All right, let's look and see if we got 55 over here. Oh yeah, euro we're really short on right now. And the 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4,400,000, I think is what we got. We need 5.5, so yeah. So that looks like that is all we're going to get out for today because they're not giving us any more gray. I don't know where this came from. So it was in front of the marked bills. So, okay, it's not marked. It somehow popped off when we did the thing. So it's good. I'll fix it. So I've got to go through a whole bunch more back here. I knew that was going to do that. I talked to Junior about that as well, by the way. And it's because it's not in a ball that it does that. So if you don't want it falling all over like that did, you literally got to throw it on the ground and stack it or get more. That's the only way to stop that from doing that. All right. So, anyways, I'm going to get back to work, get going through more that's in that vault if I can. I got to get through all of this that we got sent. We now know that we can just open those. That's a lot of yen, which is good because we need a lot of yen. Those are euros, which is also good because we need a lot of those. Assuming this is, yeah, these are loose yens. Thanks for that. And we can do this. There we go. That's way more like it. And it's not filthy, so this is just literally going to be pile them in a cart and run them to the thing. Those look like they're probably wet, so probably need to dry them. We can do the scanner thing to check. Yep, 100% are wet. All right, so I'll run these up and get them dried off. They do look like they are all euros, so I'm not going to throw them on the same stack with all these others we have right here, because everything we have here and in there is a mixture of literally everything. There is American, there's yen, and there's euros in this. So it's going to go through marked, then it's going to start at the euro and just work its way down. And that's what I do with all of these that are mixed for more than one. Oh, yeah, we got another necklace we need to go drop off. But, anyways, I think that's good for today. Did we get any more that came in? Oh, yep, we got a 65, and it's a timed one. So we're going to have to deal with that pretty quick like. And that looks like, yeah, it's a dirty mess. So we're going to have to wash this one. But I will get to work on that. Be back with you before that timer goes off in 25 hours. Hopefully with a whole lot of euros. Have a good one. See you next time.